Dr. Adams and I have spent a lot of time this summer planning out lunch to ensure your guys' safety, but also we realize that it's a great time for you to be able to socialize and connect with friends. So a few things that we want to go over with you guys as you get ready to go to lunch for the first time. First thing is, when you report to the lunchroom, please go ahead and sit down at the table that you're going to sit at. There are 8 seats at every circle top. We're going to sit in every other one. And honestly, the seats are probably going to be marked to show you which ones you should be sitting in. It's important that our lunch monitors are the ones that dismiss you from your table to go into the lunch line to get your school lunch so that they can control the flow of students as they go. During this time, your mask should stay on and you should keep 6 feet of distance between you and the other person in line. Once you get back to the table, you're able to take your mask off to be able to eat and drink. If at any point in time you need to get up and use the restroom, throw something away, fill up your water bottle, you need to raise your hand and one of our lunch monitors will come and help you and give you permission to be able to do so. When you're moving throughout the commons, when you're not actively eating and sitting down, your mask needs to be on. And finally, a seating chart will be made for where you sit to ensure that if any one of us were to get sick, that we'd be able to do what's called contact tracing to figure out if anyone else might have been exposed. So super important that you're staying in the same seat and not switching seats throughout your lunch period.
Guys, we do understand that lunchtime is one of the probably only opportunities that you have to be social and be able to talk and hang out. We're going to try to do whatever we can to honor that. But also you got to help us out by making sure that you're listening to the lunch monitors and you're following all the rules. Once again, it's a privilege, okay? And we would hate to have to put rules in place to take away that social time. So we know it's a priority for you guys to have social time. Understand it's a priority for us, for you guys to have social time, but it's also a priority that we feed you and then we get you back to class and everybody's safe. So just keep that stuff in mind.
The next thing we want to talk about is sanitation. One thing that we're going to be pushing our teachers to remind you guys of is that as you enter a classroom and as you exit, there's sanitizing stations on every wall of every classroom. Please participate in that, but also be responsible. Know that the right amount that you need is probably the size of a dime, maybe a nickel at most. So don't abuse this and use it responsibly. Also, obviously, if you have to blow your nose or you're coughing and potential germs are getting on your hands, absolutely should be sanitizing at these points in time. I also want to talk to you about bathrooms. There are some good practices to use to ensure good hygiene when using the bathroom. When you go to wash up at the end, first thing you should do is turn on the water. Go ahead and also start to unroll the paper towels so you have some ready for yourself. Grab a little bit of soap and wash your hands for 20 seconds. After that's done, go ahead and rinse your hands, dry your hands with the paper towels, and then use those paper towels to turn off the faucet, and if the door's shut, to be able to open up the door. That way you're keeping your hands clean and also keeping the rest of the surfaces in the bathroom as clean as possible for others.
So you know, Dr. Handiger, you know what they say is that if you sing happy birthday while you wash your hands, you know, that's pretty cool. That's about 20 seconds. Or come up with one of those TikTok songs or dances, like whatever you guys do, but don't take pictures of them, okay? But do something that makes you wash your hands that long.
And if we do a great job, I know that Dr. Adams is super excited to create TikToks with students after school as a reward, so we'll definitely be looking forward to that. One of the last things we want to talk to you about today is your daily wellness check. So each morning before you decide to hop in your parents' car or jump on the bus to come to school, we want you to have a conversation with your parents. Do you have a fever? Are you coughing? Do you not feel well? Is your nose congested? If you're experiencing multiple symptoms, you should stay home. It's part of our culture to try to grit things out and be tough and push ourselves to the limit, but this is not the time to do that. So if you're not feeling well, whether you're a staff member, one of us, or a student, your job and your responsibility is to keep yourself healthy and safe and stay home and keep everybody here safe so that we can keep this a safe and caring environment for all of you, and we can keep ourselves in the building as much as possible. If throughout the school day you start to not feel well, let your teacher know and they'll refer you to our nurse. She's going to have a gate at her doorway in the office. So when you arrive, just stand outside there. She'll know you're coming because your teacher is going to give her a heads up, and just wait until she's able to help you. Again, guys, we're just trying to create the safest environment for you guys, and we truly need your assistance and help in making that a reality. And finally, guys, Dr. Adams and I are super excited that your teachers and we are going to be implementing a new program called Character Strong. I've been told that our mission here at Berry School is to learn, grow, and lead. And that ties so tightly to what we're going to be doing with Character Strong. From a learning standpoint, your teachers are going to be using the advisory curriculum through FPC to be teaching weekly lessons on 8 essential values that tie to character. From the growth standpoint and growing as Berry Pirates, where that comes into play with Character Strong is we're going to be participating in weekly dares as students, as staff members, as administrators, and even your families. They'll be getting dares to participate in to be able to put character into action. And when we're learning and growing in both these areas, we're going to become leaders, not only in our school, but in our communities. And eventually when we rise up to Platte County High School, we're going to be able to serve others through leadership.
I think that the biggest thing is that we want to create a culture here of kindness and where everybody feels safe and cared for. And I am 100%, Dr. Hanniger is 100%, and your teachers are 100% in on creating an environment here that is based on kindness and challenging each other to treat each other the way that we want to be treated. I think that's going to be great. It's going to create such a great feeling and atmosphere for learning that you guys won't know what hit you. And we are so excited to implement that throughout the year. We're going to get you more information as we go on.